Episode 29 is finally out. Yeah, guys, so this is what you're doing in episode 29. Then, we are left with just one more to finish this season. So, if you haven't subscribed, please kindly subscribe and turn on your bell notification so that you'll be notified the moment I upload the last episode for this season. And I'm going to introduce the things I'll be using. So, this is a fur. I cut it from this long piece. Yeah, this is what I'll be using. This one of the materials. The next one is a flip-flop. I've taken the neck off, or however you call it, and I've put pearls in the holes that were created after I took off the neck. I've replaced it with pearls, just like I just did. So the white stuff you see is 3 pearls. And then the next thing I'll be using is a stiff felt. It's mostly used by fashion designers, and I've cut a piece out. The length, I measure the length of my leg and I use it to cut the piece. So this is the length I cut. I think about 6.5 to 6.6 inches, but let's say roughly 6.5 inches. Then the thickness is about 0.6 inches or half an inch, if that one makes you understand it better. The next material I'll be using is a glue gun. I have my glue already inside. When I turn it on, you see a green light, and when I turn it off, it goes off. I'm sure you can see the green light right up there. So let's dive right into it. Yeah, before that, I'll be using a brush and I'll be using shoemaker's glue. My fingers at the point I was introducing the materials, I didn't have the shoemaker's glue. So I'll be using 2 methods, the sewing and the glue gun method. So let's start with the glue gun method. I'm simply going to glue the fur onto the stiff felt with the glue gun. So you plug your glue in, your glue gun in, make sure it melts, it starts melting. The glue inside starts melting. Then you just put just a little amount on the stiff felt, just like I'm doing, a thin line on the stiff felt, and you try to push the feather away as possible, as much as possible. You try to get rid of the fur and try to push the mid rib. There's a hard middle. You try to position that one on the glue just to stick it firmly onto the stiff felt. So that's basically what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to get the middle to stick to the glue. Try to push the feather a little away. I was about to say push the feather away. So I'm trying to push the fairy stuff away from the middle, the hard middle, so that we can get it close to the glue as much as possible. So yeah, I went ahead to finish it. Just try to position it on it. If that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now. Just watch closely. It's not difficult at all. Very, very simple. Very, very easy and very, very simple. Yeah, and if you need any of the materials, there will be a link in the description box, so you can just check them out. You will click on the link and it will take you straight to the site where you can purchase them. And yeah, it adds no fee to your money at all. I just get a little commission when you buy from the link in the description box. So after I was done sticking the first one, I introduced the second part, but as usual I try to push the feather a little just to clear the space. And you can see this one is more deeper, the color is more deeper, so I try to mix the light color and the deep color just to get that nice combination. So I'm going to stick the second part to the part of the stiff felt left, just like so. So yeah, let's continue chatting as you watch. Yeah, so if you want any of the materials, a link will be by them. You just click on the link and it will take you straight to the sites where you can buy them from Amazon. Yeah, and if you are new, you are most welcome. We are still in a season 1 of the BD series. This is episode 29, as the title says. You are left with one more to go to episode 30. Then we are doing 30 designs, 30 amazing, interesting designs. If your first, what am I saying? If it's your first time, please kindly subscribe, turn on your bell notification so that you'll be notified the moment I upload the next one. And yeah, we have season 2, season 3, season 4 coming your way. Season 2 we'll start season 2 very soon. We'll be doing bracelets, and you don't want to miss even season 1. You can check the other episodes out once you're done with this video. You'll be amazed, you'll be surprised the nice designs we have done so far. Don't be left out at all, just check them out, and don't forget to subscribe so that when season 2 starts, you'll start with us. And if you're an old member, thank you so much for always coming back to check out what is going on the channel. Now I'm going to start the sewing method. So I've double threaded my needle and I've tied the end, and I'm going to sew it onto the stiff felt. I'm going to sew the fur onto the stiff felt just like so. So I'm just going to pass it over it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I passed my needle through the stiff felt and it came up. The needle came up, and I placed my fur on the stiff felt, and I'm going to pass the needle over it and sew it very close. I believe that makes a bit sense. Just watch closely. So I'm passing my needle through the stiff felt, just like so. And I'm going to pass the thread over the fur. Pass the thread over the fur to the other side and sew in the middle. I believe that makes a bit sense. I'm just sewing over it. I'm not sewing any other way. I'm just sewing over it. Or any vessel you can attach this to the stiff felt, you can go ahead and try, but make sure you release the fur, because the thread will try to lay it down. I don't know if that makes sense. So make sure you try to release it. And after I was done with the first part, I went ahead to attach the second part, because it has become plain. It wasn't really clear, but it was just a simple sewing I did. So you sew as much as you can, or as securely as you can, or as safely as you can. That is basically what I did. Yeah, like I was saying, in season 2 will be about bracelet. We'll be starting shortly. I'm sure by next 2 weeks we should start season 2. I'm confused. Season 2. Yeah, so we are starting shortly. You don't want to miss any of them. Like, I know you don't want to miss. So just, if you've made it up to this far, 8 minutes 52 seconds, come on, what are you waiting for again? Just subscribe. Just click on the subscription, the red icon just below the video, and turn on your bell notification so that you'll be notified the moment the next episode is out. So once I was done sewing, I went ahead to get rid of the needle, and I went ahead to tie a couple of knots just like so. I tried clearing the working space to make it as neat as possible. So I'm trying to tie a couple of knots just like so. I'm tying. If you've been with us since episode 1, you know we like to tie knots just to make our work more secured and firm. So I'm getting rid of the excess thread and we are done. So this is the sewing method. I wanted to show you how it's sewn at the back, but it wasn't that clear. So this is the sewing and this is the glue, the second part. What I'm holding right now, I use the sewing method, and the one line I use the glue. Now I was a bit confused, either I should cross it, I should make it straight, but I realized the crossing, because the feather is long, the crossing wasn't really successful. And I realized even if I decide to make it single, it's cool, but the felt was thin, so I felt it will either come off or get done. And guys, this is sad news. See what became of my shoemaker's glue. So I had to get a new one. So learn from my mistake. You make sure you cover your shoemaker's glue or whatever glue you are using, cover it very well so that it doesn't harden up. I had to go get my last and my only hope. This is my last glue, but thank God we are done with slippers now. Just left it one episode, so I tried cleaning the scissors, and as usual, this the slippers we've been using for all our glue work. So you see a couple of glue on it, but it doesn't affect it at all. I'm sure you can see where I'm putting the new glue. So do the same thing to the other side. And I just went ahead to attach it just like so. We did the same thing in, I think, episode 27. Yeah, a similar thing, so you can check episode 27 out. I'm talking of how we glued the stiff felt to the slippers. So you hold it down, you hold it for it to dry a little before you release it, otherwise it will come off. Yeah, and when you apply the glue, you wait for like a minute or two for it to become a bit tacky before you put your stiff felt on it. So I went ahead to do the second part whilst my hand was still holding on tight to the first one I did. So attach it just like so and use my hand to support it. I can see the air blowing the fur. I hope you can also see that. And I went ahead to glue the other part, put the glue on the other part. Just like so, and we bring it down just like that. And guys, can you see the glow? I'm really short of words. This is super nice. Like, this is really cool. Yeah, so up to this point, I'm sure you've subscribed. So thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you for always coming back. I'll see you in episode 30. Bye.